Hi, and welcome back to the channel. I have got a very interesting and different video today. There's the Florida Fish and Wildlife people that every once in a while have to inspect the daily cruise ships that just take people around for the day to look at the different sites. And this sovereign noticed that the officer had parked on the side of the road. So he parks behind him and decides to be involved in what the officer is doing. And let's just say it doesn't work out well for him at all. He really should have minded his own business because he ends up getting a 1015, which is arrested. And he has handcuffs for some reason in his truck. I don't know why he has handcuffs. Threatens to handcuff himself. But it's just weird. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Here you go.
Yeah, now it's a traffic stop. Go ahead and pull over there.
Good. There, thank you. Go ahead, no problem.
How you doing today, sir?
Let's play the game. Body cams too. I got him.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
No problem. He won't say it's a traffic stop. Let him play.
Well, no, it is. You're impeding traffic. That's.
There was nobody behind me when I asked for who was the highest ranking officer. There was nobody behind me.
And he gave you correct information.
Yeah, we're all officers.
Yeah, we are.
I understand you're all officers.
So what's your question?
Okay, who's driving that truck?
Which truck? The emergency vehicle pulled over on the side of the road over there?
Yes.
Us.
Us. Who is us? You? Him?
Yes, correct.
Us.
Yes.
3 people?
Yes.
All 3 of you driving.
So what's your question?
All 3 people are driving that vehicle?
What is your question?
I asked who's driving that vehicle. That's what I asked.
So we have provided you that information.
You said us.
Correct.
Well, dude, it's none ya. How about that?
You know what? I'll deal with the lieutenant. No problem.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you have your driver's license on you?
For what? What reason?
For obstructing traffic.
Obstructing traffic?
Yes.
Okay. Get your lieutenant out.
All right. So do you have your driver's license?
I'll go to jail. Get your lieutenant out.
Why?
Get your lieutenant out. That's why. I don't like to play games, but when I get played,
what's the game?
I asked you the question, who's driving that vehicle?
And I told you, us.
Us is not, 2 people can't drive. 2 people can't drive.
Okay, so that's, I don't know on what planet you think that's a thing, but is there something else we can, is there a reason you're asking that? Is there something we can help you with? Do you have a question about fish? Do you have a question about regulatory issues? What is it we can help you with?
I was asking who was driving the vehicle.
And we have provided you that information. So
Are you done with this traffic stop yet?
No, you've not provided your ID.
Good, no problem.
Okay, so I need your driver's license.
Lieutenant.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you one more time, okay?
Lock me up.
What? No, we don't want to do extra
paperwork. You want me to put them on for you? I'll put them on for you.
I think we need to start another investigation on why does this man have handcuffs on his turn signal thing? He's creepy as it is, and he's got handcuffs.
Okay.
That's how cool I am with them.
What's your first name?
I asked the question, I got the attitude, and now I have the problem, right?
Okay.
No problem.
So, let's start this over, okay? The reason for the stop is you're obstructing the flow of traffic because we're in the middle of an investigation, you're calling us over, we're trying to answer your question.
I said, excuse me.
Okay.
Who is driving, who's in charge here?
So listen,
that's what I asked. And then I got the attitude.
Listen, I'm going to ask you one last time for your driver's license, or I'm going to forcefully remove you from the vehicle. Okay. Go ahead.
Lock me up. Go ahead.
Stop tensing up, man.
I'm
just
relax.
I'm trying to make it, take a deep breath.
My hands are there.
Cool. Take a deep breath.
Okay, I'm not going to play this game. Let go of your hands.
I'm trying to make it so you can put handcuffs on them.
Just take a deep breath.
Pull your hands back.
My hands were there the whole time for you to put the handcuffs on.
Just take a deep breath. There's no reason to be like this.
There's no reason to be handcuffed to be put on either. But you want to play the game?
I
play the game.
You should have just provided your driver's license.
Let's go over here. Have a seat.
Where are you pushing me?
We're going right over here.
This is a crosswalk. I'm trying to go in the crosswalk.
We're going to come right over here.
Okay, fine. I'm not pulling away from you. I'm trying to get out of the way.
That's fine. Take a deep breath.
Well, this guy's playing his manhandling me here. He wants
Nobody
to
is manhandling.
Nobody's doing anything.
Whatever. You want me to sit on the bumper?
Nope.
Nope? Okay, what do you want me to do? Jump up and down?
No, stop. Just take a deep breath.
Bro, you need to relax, man.
I don't need to do anything.
Okay, that's fine.
So real quick,
excuse me, that's a wallet. You don't go in my pocket.
All right.
You do not go in my. Excuse me. You're not going in my pocket.
Stop
it's
it.
called
Stop.
Illegal search. Under arrest for illegal search. Go for it. Go for it. Take it out of my pocket. Go ahead.
Just
Go
stop.
for it.
It's not a reason to be like this, man.
Go for it. Take the wallet out. Go for it.
Stop.
This is like the stupidest thing ever, man.
You're absolutely right. And it's going to make me a hell of a lot of money. Thank you.
How are you going to make money off of this, idiot? You're going to sue him for what? You caused this. You started this. And it's a shame we didn't get to see the beginning of the video, because I know you said a lot of stupid things because the officer's going to talk about a little of it. And you did this to yourself. Don't be upset when you get arrested when you ask to be arrested. Okay?
You want to take this off?
Yeah.
No, it's nothing in there. The phone case. You can't get it off once you take my belt off.
Okay. Can we use your cage?
It's got stuff in it. Give me a second.
So again, I'm going to ask, who's the highest ranking officer here? You the one, sir?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hands off.
I am, yes. Why?
That's why I asked for who was the highest ranking officer before all this crap started.
Okay. I'm in the middle of an investigation. I
That's
don't
fine.
have time to
That's
talk
fine.
to you right
But
now.
You could have said, I am, and I could have pulled over and parked.
I've got radio in my ear.
And I
got
could
people
have pulled
talking to
over
me.
and parked. I was asking you a question.
Okay. And you were also stopped impeding traffic in the middle of the road.
When I stopped, there was nobody behind me.
Just grab a seat. You had a whole. Just grab a seat. You had a whole line of
I'm a dog. I don't sit.
Just grab a seat. I'm giving you a lawful order. You want to sit there? That's fine.
Excuse me. Just because you fart, it doesn't make it lawful. It comes out of your mouth.
We'll agree to disagree this one.
That's right. We'll agree to disagree.
Can you bring it down?
Can you loosen these handcuffs up?
7245. We're going to need 7240 if he's.
You are super agitated. I don't want to do anything right now.
I promise you, I will treat you with respect.
You haven't yet.
Well, I haven't got treated with respect. I asked a simple question.
I'm involved now.
I asked a simple question.
Okay.
Who was the person? And instead, I get a different answer.
And you know that now.
Okay. And then when I asked who was driving that vehicle, I told we are. Us.
Yes, we are all officers, okay?
But you can't be driving that vehicle and this one at the same time.
Okay, I don't understand what that has to do with anything right now.
That was the question I asked, who was driving that vehicle.
They were responding to a call.
Okay, and that's what I was asking. I was asking for the highest person here. But instead, we wanted to play the game. I got no problem with being in handcuffs. I asked you to please loosen the handcuffs a little. You can't get a finger in here.
Stand up and turn around for me.
Certainly, sir.
Chest up against the truck.
No problem, sir.
1039-7240.
If you keep your hands back.
Excuse me. I'll talk to you, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Just stay calm for me, all right?
I'll be perfectly calm. What's your name, sir, please?
My name is.
My name is. I'll be glad to speak with you, and you only, please. Thank you.
All right. Is that better? They're not meant to be comfortable, unfortunately.
I know, sir. I got to sit in my freaking truck.
Okay. All right. Turn around. Lean up against the truck for me.
No problem.
So
I'm gonna scratch your truck, sorry. With the handcuffs.
7131.
When you rolled up, that was super strange. Okay.
I drove past. Okay.
They were trying to give you an answer, and then you're impeding traffic on a 2-lane road. Nobody could get around you. Okay. They were trying to get you moved on, and you weren't. That's how we ended up here. Okay. I don't know what happened over there, but that's where we're at.
Okay. When I pulled up to this truck here, when I pulled this up, there was not a car behind me.
Doesn't matter.
And I asked a question to a law enforcement officer.
I get that.
And I asked, and that's all I was waiting for.
So you can't stop in a lane of travel.
Right. Definitely a crosswalk. There was people walking across. I hope you had body cam showing it wasn't.
You know I was in my truck, so you know I wasn't facing that way. Okay.
And then your gentleman here wants to play the game, and
They want to play the game? You're the one playing the game. You're the one that stopped getting into their business because you don't like what they were doing. Because you're a sovereign. You're the one that played the game, and now you're also the one that's in handcuffs.
want to go. Listen, my whole family's law enforcement.
Okay. So then why are you treating us that way? Okay. I get something happened prior to.
No, honestly, what happened? I don't like law enforcement anymore. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely.
I can
I've never
understand
hurt a law enforcement officer, but I don't like his anymore. I don't like any of them.
So I'm on a call, right?
And I understand.
With a commercial vessel, right?
Okay.
And they don't hear me on the radio.
Okay.
Does that sound like a expedited response?
Definitely.
They know I'm dealing with 40, up to 40 people.
So when I turned around and drove past, and went down and did a legal U-turn down there, came back up, made sure there was nobody behind me, and I saw you guys all stand there. Who is driving that vehicle? Who's in charge?
That's not what you asked when you got
I
here.
asked for who's the highest ranking officer.
Yes, sir.
Right, because that's the one I want to talk to. And if you would have said, I'm on the radio, pull over, that's what I would have done. And I had the conversation.
I was in the middle of everything
Okay,
and was...
and they could, I'm going to cross my legs, I'm not going to try to hurt you. And they could have done the same thing. Instead, we want to escalate it to, let's see who's got the most force here.
No. You shouldn't have stopped. You had no right to even know what was going on. You were not involved. But then again, a sovereign has to get involved, right? Because the police are always bad, no matter what they're doing. And you hate police so much, but your whole family's in law enforcement? I guess you don't have a lot of contact with your family anymore, huh?
It's no problem.
It's
no problem.
You rolled up in a super sovereign manner that did not make any one of us
The
comfortable.
only one that's sovereign here is you guys. Sorry.
Okay. All right. There is a
Write me up
supervisor.
whatever ticket you want to do. Lock me up. Whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it.
That's not me. I'm trying to figure out if I can calm you down and keep things cool.
I'm cool, collect. Believe it or not, I can either be the nicest man in the world to you
Can you
guys,
do that for
or I
me?
can be the biggest asshole in the world. That's me.
Well,
it depends on how I'm treated. When I asked a simple question, who was the highest, and all they had to do was turn around and point to you, I would say, okay, I'm going to pull over there, and I need to talk to him when he gets a chance.
Okay.
That's what it would have been. Instead, I get to run around and answer, we are.
Okay, but those are answers. They are officers, same as me.
I asked who the highest ranking officer was. Who was in charge?
They're officers, okay? We are officers. We have a supervisor above us.
I know.
Okay? I don't tell these guys what to
I can
do.
go into my phone and probably get the lieutenant's name.
I believe he's on his way.
No,
So,
I said I probably can go to my phone and pull up his name.
okay.
Okay? Because there's already one complaint against a Fish and Wildlife officer that came knocking on my door, a field training officer, trying to train a young lady that had no clue on how to be a field training officer.
Okay.
So, but when I had a car cut me off with lights on and then turned their lights off, okay, call could have got canceled, and that's what I was
They
going
were
to ask.
expediting the response, is what I would assume.
And that's why I was going to ask you, did he have a call? Was he on a call? Or he just... Well, actually, when I saw a park there, I said, oh, great, he's going to go have lunch, and he's running those traffic lights to go to lunch.
That would be a reason for a complaint, I promise you that.
That's right. Yeah, and that's why I drove by and looked and said, it doesn't look like it. Maybe it's something else. Let me just see who's the highest ranking officer.
So would pulling over on the side of the road and walking up to address us, would that have been a little better?
There was no other parking spots except that one over there.
I get that.
And the crosswalk was there, and there was somebody walking across, so I said what I said to who's the highest ranking officer, who's in charge. And instead, I got what I got. No problem.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can get that figured out, all right?
Okay, you want to take these off? Because I'm not going to hurt you.
I'm not the one that put you in it. I don't know what's going on.
If you're the highest ranking officer, you are the one in charge here.
How can you be so wrong about everything? Honestly. Just because he's the highest ranking officer doesn't mean he can take the handcuffs off you. You are under arrest. The officer that arrested you decides whether or not you stay arrested, unless they've absolutely done something wrong and they need the supervisor to step in. That's the only time that's going to happen. And you were wrong. You did all this wrong. And for no reason. It was none of your business.
Thank you.
So
I'm going to ask you personally to take these handcuffs
I
off.
don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened over there because I'm in my truck dealing with
nothing
something.
happened over there. The body cam and the car cam will show what happened there.
Okay.
But I mean, and also
But I wasn't there, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so
and
I don't know
I was
what's...
stopping to talk to find if he was on it. If this was the gentleman driving, if it was, I'm not sure. If he was the gentleman driving and he was on a call, and a radio call, and he used his lights to blow through a traffic light, good for him, great. I expect him to come help you.
Okay.
But then all of a sudden he gets off, gets past the intersection, turns the lights off, and then if he was still in an expedited to get to you, but again, he might have heard you on the radio after that, and then he went back down to the 20 miles an hour coming down this road, just like I did. I mean, he was 7 cars in front of me at that point, you know.
So hi, I'm Officer. Okay. I like the point we're at right now. All right. So I'm
Are
more
you
than
the one that put these handcuffs on?
no.
Okay.
But I'm more than happy to have this conversation with you because
Yeah.
I was in the vehicle, I wasn't driving, but I'm more than happy to explain it to you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So here's how these conversations can go in the future, all right? So the reason the officer who's driving the vehicle did that, all right, it's in our general orders. He is allowed to circumvent traffic congestion to expedite a response to the call, okay?
Correct.
That's what he did,
Correct.
all right? As soon as he got through that traffic congestion, he turned off the lights, okay? Because he no longer had to have them on because he'd gotten through the traffic congestion, all right? He came over here, all right? When we're over here having a conversation with this officer, trying to work through the other stop that we're on, right? And then we have somebody who comes up on us yelling, right? I understand that's probably not your intention, but you have to look at it from our point of view, right?
There's traffic, there's people.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to talk loud.
And I understand why you did that, right? So in future, if you want to walk up on the sidewalk and say, hey, officer, I've got a question for you later, when you have a moment, when you're not busy, that's one thing, right? But he had a lawful reason to pull you over because you're impeding the flow of traffic, right? That's a lawful traffic stop, all right? When somebody's on a lawful traffic stop, you're required by Florida state statute to produce your driver's license, okay? When you fail to do that, you are committing a crime.
Do you want to consider that a lawful stop because I pissed you off by
No.
asking questions?
Do I seem
That's
angry?
the only reason.
I'm not angry.
Excuse me, that's the reason I'm in handcuffs right now. We all know it.
No, it's because you didn't produce a driver's license. That's why the officer put you in
You
handcuffs.
told me to pull over there.
Yeah, correct.
Go for it.
We don't want... Listen, we're trying to... We came here for this stop.
Okay. Well, then
We're not here for
take
this.
these off,
You
and we can have a
again,
conversation.
I'm not the officer who put you in handcuffs.
And again,
Okay?
excuse me. Then we're done the conversation now.
Okay.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time.
Ha ha! You're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
All right, I'm going back to my original stop.
Okay.
All right, thank you guys.
Sir,
Is he moving this truck or Mike?
no, he's not moving the truck. He's just going back to work on the original
okay,
call.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Just sit on the truck. I don't want them to pull out
You're
on
fine.
anything.
No, hey, that's reasonable. 10:15?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have somebody who can pick up your vehicle?
1070.
Okay, 10:15 means he's arrested. 10:70 is a tow truck coming. 51 means en route.
10:70?
Yeah.
All right. 7336 Handcuff.
Tell it, impound it, do whatever you're going to do with it. Add the lawsuit.
So again, since I'm the one who's going to be arresting you, okay?
Right ahead.
Give a 1070 51.
The reason I went through that traffic, which I already explained, but I'm just going to go to explain it to you again, is I had a lawful reason to come down here, right? I have one officer with 50 people by themselves. That is extremely reasonable for me to come down and activate my lights to go through one intersection to come here.
You don't need a cop explain anything to me.
No, I'm not cop explaining. I'm man-to-man explaining.
I don't need to hear it.
Okay.
You're arresting me. That's all I need.
No, you're good. So no, I'm just going to keep talking. If you don't want to listen, that's totally fine. Okay. You were impeding the flow of traffic. There was multiple vehicles behind you. That's the reason we initiated a traffic stop. We were trying to just figure out what was going on. You didn't want to talk to us. Totally fine. We initiated a traffic stop. I had a lawful reason to detain you and identify you, right? The reason being was you were impeding the flow of traffic. At that point, you refused to identify yourself. Okay, I asked you multiple times for your identification, refused. At that point, we removed you from the vehicle and placed you under arrest. So you are getting charged with the traffic violation as well as not identifying yourself, okay? Right. So I need you to stand up and turn around for me. Face that truck, okay?
I already told you, you can't take it off unless you take the belt
Okay.
off.
You what?
In case you can't get that off unless you take
Okay.
the belt off.
Do you have to talk down to me?
I talk how I'm getting given.
Okay. No, we've been nothing but nice. We asked you what's going on. How can we help you? We're all officers.
No. I asked for a certain person.
We're all officers here. Okay. What was going on back there? Why did you go through that light? The reason being, I have one officer with 50 people. Okay. What happens if one person attacks him, right? And he's alone with 50 people, right? Is that fair enough?
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Would you want to be in a fight with 50 people?
I've been.
You ain't been shit. You have not been in a fight with a bunch of people. Just stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Then again, that could be why he's missing so many teeth.
Okay, listen, man. You understand what I'm saying? Aren't law enforcement, military, firefighters, paramedics are all supposed to have each other's back, right? When my partner says that he's on
I
a
don't know.
stop...
I'm in handcuffs right now.
Well, when my partner says he's on a stop with 50 people, right?
And And that's the end of the video. He was taken to jail and charged with resisting arrest. And of course, he got some traffic tickets, but somehow he's going to make a fortune off of this. Why do these people do this stuff? Why would they just go up to an officer who is obviously on an important call because they use their lights and sirens to get through the intersection? It just doesn't make any sense to me at all, these sovereigns. Oh, gosh. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. And I want to thank all of our members and subscribers and all. We're getting close to that 10K. But for now, Violet and I love you so much. We're just going to have to say goodbye.